Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys are once again talking Super Bowl. And after the Eagles won Super Bowl 59, Dak Prescott was asked what they thought about it, and this is what Dak had to say. Take a listen.
I mean, I feel like we compete with the Eagles and beat them for the most part when we played them. I don't want to say check the record when they're the guys holding the trophy right now, so credit to them. They've earned it and they deserved it by all means, but yeah, very close, especially when you even watch the NFC game, the NFC Championship, and those two teams that we battle against each and every year a couple of times. And as I said, feel confident about we've gotten the better part each and every time. To see it in such a dominating fashion, credit to them. It's our turn and it's on us.
So here's my question to you. What do you think of Dak Prescott's comment?
I think he's dreaming. I don't think that they're that close, personally. The second time in 8 years he watched them, the Eagles, win the Super Bowl. He thinks his team is close to winning the championship. I feel, as you just said, I feel like we've competed and we played well against the Eagles. How about everybody else? You know, your record was 7-10 this year. He credit them; they earned it. Yeah, that's true, they did. And guess what? The Commanders are in your division too, and they played the Eagles for the NFC Championship game this year. And you're going to have to go up against those guys. That's 4 games next year. You'll be playing against those two teams. So I think he did mention the Commanders and the commentary there. They've not played in a Super Bowl for the Cowboys now for 29 years, and they finished 7-10, as I mentioned, in 2024. Prescott only played 8 games, needing hamstring surgery, and he has an injury history now. He's on his 3rd head coach. He had Jason Garrett, 2016-19, Mike McCarthy, 2020 to 2024, and now Schottenheimer is going to be their coach. He's a rookie head coach. He never coached in the league. Says his health is good. 12 weeks after the surgery, I'm really looking forward to amping it up. Recently got all my confidence, and we're going to be fine. He talks about them being really close. The Cowboys ranked 11th in passing yards per game. They were 27th in rushing yards per game, 28th in defensive yards given up. They averaged 355 yards. Their defense was a shell of what it was in the past couple of years. The total yards per game, they were 27th. They got 327. Of course, Prescott was hurt a good part of that time, but they didn't play that well when he was in there. They're running the ball. You know, their big problem is they can't run the ball and they can't stop the run. Those are the 2 of their biggest weaknesses, and they've got a rookie coach. So I don't know what he's talking about. I don't think they're that close.
This is if laughable wasn't that bad, it's probably very tone deaf, because we have to fully acknowledge who Dak Prescott plays for. The Dallas Cowboys, and more importantly, he plays for Jerry Jones, the owner, GM, guy who runs everything, and also doesn't quite understand what the Cowboys need, because the first thing would be, and by the way, we already hear trade rumors about Micah Parsons. Yikes. But let's take a look, because everybody knows that the Cowboys, they didn't make a lot of moves. Well, over the past 4 off seasons, they really haven't made any moves, because if we take a look, these are the largest free agent contract signings by the Dallas Cowboys in the last 4 off seasons. The highest guy was last year with Eric Kendricks at 1 year, $3 million. Largest. I'm going to emphasize, largest free agent contract signings over the last 4 off seasons. And this, by the way, this past offseason, that's where Jerry Jones said he was all in. 1 year, $3 million. Look down below. Spent a total of $43.9 million on free agents since 2021. It's embarrassing. It's laughable. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys can't get out of their own way because they keep talking about Super Bowls. When you're asked a question about the Philadelphia Eagles, the answer should not be, it's our turn. You rather should say, we have a lot of work to do. They got better. They got significantly better. The offensive line's old. The Cowboys are one of the oldest teams in the NFL. Their cap situation right now is 25th in the NFL. They're right now negative by about $2 million, according to Spot Track. And also, let's take a look at what their coaching staff will be. Because not only do they have Brian Schottenheimer, they got 10 first-year guys, 10 first-year coaches with the team, and 5 straight-up first-year NFL coaches at all. 15 first-year guys on the roster in total. 10 that are their first year with the Cowboys, and 5 that are first year coaching in the NFL with NFL experience. And this is a team that's supposedly next up to win a Super Bowl? I think it's embarrassing. It honestly makes no sense. And not only that, Dak Prescott, speaking about you are the highest paid quarterback in the NFL at $60 million. For what, 12 wins in the regular season, to get injured here and there, and also to have the worst playoff winning percentage, minimum 5 games played in the NFL? Your 2 wins, one of which came against a Tom Brady team that had no offensive line in 2022, and that at the slightest bit of pressure would throw the ball away. It was an ugly look for Brady, but your defense did its job, and you capitalized on a broken down Bucs team. That was really your only tremendous game. We could look at some of the numbers and say, well, last year he threw for 403 yards. Well, yeah, because the second half you were getting blown out so badly in 2023 rather. You're getting blown out so badly by the Green Bay Packers that you needed to do something. You couldn't run the football. Packers put in their backups. So, no, this is a simple, classic offseason statement, and I'm surprised it didn't come from Jerry Jones this time. Instead, it came from Dak Prescott. But this is what Cowboys hate now. There was a poll The Athletic put out towards the end of the season when the rumors were out about Mike McCarthy leaving the organization, and 70% said they were going in the wrong direction. Even Cowboys fans now are getting less delusional about their own team.
Yeah,
I understand. You're part of this team. You're supposed to say we're playing for a Super Bowl, but you don't need to just outright say we're next.
Yeah, I think it's the interesting stats there on the free agency that the Cowboys don't play in free agency for the most part for the past 4 years, and I think that's Jerry Jones' ego. He thinks he can build the team with his drafting, which he controls, and he builds the team from within. And he had some success there in the regular season under McCarthy, 3 years with 12 wins every year. But then they get to the playoffs and they can't do anything. And Dak Prescott says we're very close. Hey, maybe they could get into the playoffs. I don't think so, but maybe they could. Even if they do, look at his record, as you say, it's the worst. So I think he's dreaming. I don't think that's the right thing to say. I think I agree with you. He should have said, we got a lot of work to do. The competition is stepped up in our division. Both the Commanders and look at the Eagles. They won the Super Bowl. We got a lot of work to do.
You sat on the sidelines nursing an injury while 2 teams in your own division, not obviously in your own conference, but 2 teams in your own division were going head-to-head to make it to the Super Bowl. You haven't gotten out of the divisional round. And you're talking Super Bowl. Make it to an NFC Championship game for the first time in, I think, 29 years. What are we doing here? It's a classic Cowboys thing. Jerry Jones saying we're all in and then doing nothing. Cowboys Nation in the past saying we're headed to the Super Bowl, only to make the playoffs and lose in the first round or miss the playoffs entirely. And that is even swung around in the opposite direction with basically 70% of them or more saying that they're going in the wrong direction. Jerry Jones is still the general manager. And right now you're in a poor cap situation because, again, according to Spot Track, you have your 26th best cap space at negative $2.3 million. It's a horrible situation to be in. You're America's team, which I think that title should be stripped from you because America should not be represented by a team that is a constant disappointment like the Dallas Cowboys. You have no running game. Your offensive line's old. You have CeeDee Lamb and who? No disrespect to Brandon Cooks, but CeeDee Lamb and who? Your defense right now is made up of Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence and a cornerback group that isn't great. Your linebacking core also isn't that great. Demarion Overshown, who was your most explosive defender, he's probably going to be out for this year. Maybe some of next year as well.
Well, you brought in Eberflus to be your defensive coordinator. That's the answer.
Yeah, phenomenal. Matt Eberflus, the guy who got laughed out of Chicago because people are mad he didn't call a timeout with Caleb Williams. Offensive coordinator is brand new for you. Pass game specialist is brand new. Running back coach is brand new. Assistant wide receiver coach is brand new. Assistant defensive line coach, defensive pass game coordinator and safeties coach, secondary and corners coach, D-line, special teams coordinator, chief of staff. They're all new to your team. But some of these titles are, or at least one of these titles are ridiculous. And listen to this. These are just brand new NFL coaches, first year experienced coaches. Wide receivers is completely brand new. Offensive line is completely brand new. Defensive assistant / quality control, 2 of them, they're brand new. And this one, I'm sure this will help Dak Prescott, QB fellowship. What is a QB fellowship, coach? I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know.
But that is completely brand new. You got 15 first-year coaches with your team, 10 of which are just new to your team, 5 of which are brand new coaches with no NFL experience. This will be their first year. And Brian Schottenheimer, who didn't call plays last year, he's your head coach? I'm concerned.
So am I.
Very, very concerned. Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching this clip of the Harvey Hour. If you want to watch the full show, you can by clicking the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to take the show with you on the go, it is available wherever you get your podcast. We go live here on YouTube every single Tuesday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload a video and whenever we go live.